must say Myshow.
Almost $300 million.
So the show has come to stay. Mumien na yesu. Na yentiche o man. Na wonso oni nipa.
Daddy a Ghana for dia. Enye BP dia. Enye NDC dia. Enye obi bia dia.
President Kufa. Because what to niamam and affecting all this. Fuel prices now what they buy.
Yeah, I just NDC for car be kwa Ghana card according dani di kama nasa.
Mene wo kata ya ye ye no nyanse ya te de e kina iti pa se kira NDC for wo be kwa fa da bi wo ti ben kai me na me ka draw.
Mo pese mo share so a mo ko Facebook na Instagram ni YouTube ni Twitch TodayGhanaNews TV Anchor FM
Yechia Ghana Football Myshow is your show because a Ghana enti and a show that to be said Myshow the dog will be
the country where I come from, the truth is irony, just like animal farm. Justice means inequity, so who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence, Islamic leaders silence, kings and queens silence, traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are them go get so confused call. Now by area why no baby. We are them go get so confused call. One guy's out here why no baby. Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he need it now, see what I see so. Now your friend on a nine come asem. Oh, nipa be obeka nice and beer. So I'm to one or bet you were two. Everybody was afraid. And when Tina to my cottage, I get 9. Once my boy dumping 1 and 90. But who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Akuku trofo nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Obiaja konson so to grow your mansa to me bia kakobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo when you know yet. Na so kutrata down na so be dia back or why no keke. I fene for be man mo pia for efo ne cross on my mo. Hanya safwe mo ayini. Akuku trofo nyina dalima. Enti who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino. Yedi bi bebo nyande bi. Kachi sa udi o ma o pipi numa. Would your mind never shine my preference? But who go tell the truth? TUC silence. Even journalists silence. So then who go say the truth? Right is right, wrong is wrong, no matter how you justify. You say you wanna get rid of corruption, someone want to help you, now the person become your target. Jobless no they mean senseless, poverty no they mean useless. One day, them go resist.
True for justice.
Eja, Suzuza. Arise for Ghana, oppression of the land, forward and seek your future, development our God, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, able democrat, Ghana. Our strength in unity, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. Eja bana It's our land. Victory is our land. JJ is a winner. Arise for Ghana. Of the truck of the land, forward and secure future, development our goal, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity, from vision to be the NDC shall lead, stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity, from vision to be the NDC shall lead, stable democrat.
African for US Fanana. Let me say a tonfish, I won't do the brave or her. Koto your monk or her, your fish, beat is a catfish, your catfish or her, your rahu, your barracuda, your tilapia medium, and your big size, and your red brim or air cleaning dada, and your the ain't clean here, and your fish, egg fish, and your mackerel. And your croaker, and your snappers, clean one, unclean, and your sea bream fish there. I won't do be brave. Means me will body cry. You will not be on a one casaoba. They give this over the open. You dear, your bamo papa, your bamo baby pa. They give this a beba there.
Eja, Suzuza.
That's what I wanted to do. When it's too much, when it's too much, too much.
Alright, for Ghana, of the church of the land, for where and seek your future, development our goals, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, Democrat, Ghana. Our strength in unity, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. Eja, Bana, Victory! Victory! It's our land. Victory! It's our land. JJ is a winner. Ghana, of the truck of the land, power of the truck of the land, power and secure future. People love it. From victory to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat, Ghana, our strength to unity. From victory to victory, the NDC.
Ghana for Yama Obibiara Ajo Ediba Today Ghana News. Ewo ene Myshow dwumadie so yedamase se mukoswa ekra Myshow dwumadie so yentia the National Communication Bureau of the NDC yura Sami Jamfi eda no omota dwumadie echi yentia ye national chairman yura Samuel Ofusuampofo doctor me Babrese Wesamwa Deputy General Secretary ene mpanifo a omota dwumadi echi na watwe biara yede ebremo na enne no sonko nti mo amohwe ewo Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, omomo hwe ewo satellite TV so ewo Germany, ewo Italy, ewo Spain, ewo Norway ene nkunkun nyina yema obi biara jo said ye mamote ase no Myshow a fact issues no said ye esitie na ye de bregana for aban president Akufo-Addo aban na manwo no said ye esi ekọ atimamufo ewa hohiahiam na onwene said ye beye nhyehyeye ye bebu atimamufo na matimamufo hu no kre ewa bamu no eno na yense ye bekoso they hold aban no responsible and accountable because of the social contract in the world. In the brano no ye no krensem ebebremo and na edition no a special one. Now me was special guest. Special guest. Now one show no now you edi whichever channel I will use to be a say for people to also come on board and watch the show. Enti a two part na ye hwe how aban we no omo ka so me protect public purse. Na ene no omo ne ye ne omo na montuo no kire se sikadie ana aban we awura ni mu. Ana afen so wodi sika no se Ghana foko ka ye tu on so sa culture of silence. Enti na ebi mu say oh so aban so culture of silence no nya ne na a political intolerance and you enti ebedoso mu na ya hwe say aso ampa say a culture of silence and na say a political intolerance under a democratic regime. Enti ena me na special guest no ena ye be den ye be di sankomo no na a two part. Enti my first part no if we are near the special guest no aye den atosho na ya bowra constituency nyuma pa yeah ewo voter one of the constituency medisio one of the constituencies in voter region nyuma pa yeah ho ni amomo Ghana for yeah the issue of protecting the public purse, siphoning the public purse. You will see Kufuado Emma Ghana for the assessor young Trobamano. Now Obabe protected the public purse. And the yani anamontua pe the Kufuado to no aso. Because you will see in Nebuchadnezzar say o protect the public purse nana. Abai and our president ewo ho kwan say otu kwan. E ho hia se otu kwan. Obi ansi president akontu. Na abai no aye hyehyeye ama a president no anya ye bi afa na private jet and as a presidential jet. Inti government of Ghana your presidential jet ewo ho. As a president bi a person otu kwan a and no was where they go issue. And a president Kufuor yenya ye president Mills ebe issue ye president Mama ebe issue ye. Now you busasa president Kufuor ba 4 years and then you the 5th year and the Kufuor aban no or you so presidential jet no say the beya ye be sebu cost and now say papa no e use private jet. Ghana for I will have some say 4 years under President Kufuor no private jet and one use. 4 years under President Kufuor private jet and a President Kufuor use editu kwan. Protecting the public person. Private jet a President Kufuor use a ye wiem say no. Ghana for montias here. So we go check it 2020 budget. Now we check it the expenditure on presidential travel for 2019 kwa. And yamen America finance minister statement or the better abonting 69 million Ghana cedis and a year presidential travel in 2019. So come Ghana web see at the President Akufo-Addo and as a rented private jets Champions League in 2019. As a Champions League no cost to Ghana for $17,000 per hour. Empty President Akufo-Addo or see over protected public purse or renting private jets at the correct Champions League. The BC that unprecedented sub president Biaba. Our high private jets so or quarter. Now the private jets na kwa Champions League gasaka. My Ghana 1 hour BI ball private jets na waka $17,000. Brunisi kaka. In the fit 2019. Emma Omaino Bob President Akufo-Addo akwantuo nko ahoka titisikano 690 billion Ghana cedis. School sudaho yensisi school adan. Schools are also complete young complete. hospitals in the home. NDC hospitals. There was a complete, uncomplete. A coin a practice Japan. President Akufo-Addo luxury and are investing in. And then the other two Ghana say President Akufo-Addo the can't have two Ghana say or Europe tour. Ghana Fontaine ye. Now you who president ya two Abaman. So Europe tour now walk on not him say presidential jet never honor President Akufo-Addo be use. Now the drawback and the show boy. Said the ordinary Ghana for how near Bebresa woman in Tino. And the show boy SI for high private jet. Ghana for Muntian ye. If yes, Munina, you say I never ding. If yes, you say I never ding pa. And I you were Akufo-Addo, echo I were the 2 coin. But I am President Akufo-Addo according to producer be show video no. Na obia enhwe yemo ye tirimu nkasa. But I am President Akufo-Addo edit 2 kwan ne say. One, o man Ghana e kam mene yen. Na sa kana mene yen no so Ghana fo muntie ne yie. Efi kwame nkroma penso edi besi President Mahama 2016 ye fi abem no. Na kaya bo ato wo eye 120 billion Ghana cedis. And now betimi akwa check record. A car on mining board under a Akufo-Addo be see Akufo-Addo soon now I 304 billion Ghana cedis young public debt. Not just a President Akufo-Addo edi over 180 billion Ghana cedis and ababa young public debt. It was palm on say or quack palm on it for HL say a car ya do omono omonfa enchaye. Na yen twin tiaka. Oriye ya no so osa akopekwa na wasa abo besia foforo. Entimuntie president ya oko se e ka mini o man Ghana. Enti amanoni for by monfa ya ka enchemfri ye. Mo amuhwe na mohwe screen so. Private jet anasa wiem san ye wura Akufo-Addo. E di o man ni sika e ko rent ye what they call sa Europe tour. Say all papa yella la sula say young fire can't tell you and then the wohono. Private jet no the wohono. The most expensive private jet ever. And somewhere the Dika was here catch a Ghana for. You catch up as the Akufo-Addo buy. Mosha private jet no. Mosha the interior, the question of the private jet. Ghana Fontaine ye. Sa private jet way a UK private jet. And the registration no a GKELT. Na sa private jet way no Ghana Fontaine a jet ya man nipa mako 150 and also use sa private jet way. And I said jet way no and I said plane way no nipa mako 150 and also use. But President Akufo-Addo and I'm say I do show boy. 1 million Ghana for year hunting no. Wakako rent sa jet way and I said aeroplane way no. And now what dear man nipa 17 pe. Enti plane a nipa oha and ye dunum and I was from. Yet the yensika aquako rent ama nipa dun son pe and so we use sa private jet. Enti o mine car per hour. Our pounds no 15,000 pounds per hour. It took Kenny Naboma 345,000 pounds because about 23 hours. According to your call from 16th May to 25th, you know, a car, your boy, you know, I 345,000 pounds. Ghana for say you the buy a sick our Ghana. Not just a contract with the Akufo-Addo call for 23 hours. Private jets now oko you so yano kwano about Ghana for to a car 2.8 billion Ghana cedis. Titikano 28 billion Ghana cedis. And someone ye person na yan din ho say o manya ye de kana ka many ye. Na mo amusha video emotion the state of our education. And mo kana tete form and konya ye betena so afia ne ye ni bi. Classroom and kwalare any be. Etemoshe. President no ayi Ghana for sika 28 billion Ghana cedis. And the akoya la sula la sa akwatele. So wakwakope debt forgiveness. Obi a wakope debt forgiveness. Now rent sa luxurious private jet we say what they wakope debt forgiveness. Yet is as a wo progress. It will show the state of our education. Your more friend a teacher form no. Now more private jet ya. But the Kufado rent ye and a boy 28 billion Ghana cedis. Our the common on it. More your school for that penny for wait President Kufado and then say how our education no you better not structure ye near solve this problem. Computer system, yes, digitization. And collabing pum keyboard the damage. Table so and ya draw keyboard. President no enyenes idea we ho. The ordinance on rent private jet. Now from Chile, say oko Europe to. This is the state of education in the country, the future of the country. And Kwalani ya udi ekum ateti ekum. One of the videos, President Mama Pensona or chess school tadia free. President Mama Pensona or chess school pabo free. President Akufo-Addo abamba yeno will try sell free uniform and free sandals. And in Kwalani be see, omu wa huyenye to the point to say, and tadi omu yenuanomu mienu miensa. We go school di atadi ni go school ba, or ba no aba be see. Na ni nuano so edi akọ, omu ko shift system for the school uniform. Come in Kuruma Ghana. Yawatimamufu and Kwalabi, a shift system of uniform. Now President rent private jets at the Coachella UK. Clueless government, insensitive government. Abayi weni abayi ayatu abamami. Etimusha sa enkwala ana computer skills training no. Ye tia computer studies. Ana ye will keep your friends the table so. Ye koya secondary school sa. Dormitories ni mo ye ma ama nkwala nya babi na. Monsha video na ekosom. When ye secondary school bia e wo Ghana, ye ko twa video school for na kasa na twa ye. Enkwala na dey form e wo dormitories no. Babi ye beda kwa ye ni. Community day school spread the mama see ye na akeka wuro bebrebe. Ye complete ye se sika ni ho. Na ye nya sika 28 billion Ghana cedis are rent private jet. Who will say the truth? This is what we need to be bold and tell the president, say, they are siphoning the public purse. They are putting pressure on the public purse. They are not using our resources, or they are not putting our resources into judicious use. And Yama was saying, here, Abane was what Yama Timamufono, Abane yet. Wasteful expenditure. Monsha said, yeah, and Kwala baby and Kwala practicals. So, Akwalana Mugunwo TV Nesono. Ne exercise book ni table and a hono. Akwalana woni cheye, oni table. Books are an exercise book obetrum Kwalani nibi. Et omo trawa form. Omo ti form and omo trawa form. Na your president anyway na no high private jet costing 28 billion Ghana cedis. Sa 28 billion Ghana cedis no kra senka president Akufo-Addo dwene Ghana for ho and when you see o temufa and what the fun aye travel no the fun about investing in completing community day schools in building model schools for our basic school education. So the bayan kola we mbenya baby akuswa e ke bebo man Ghana. But as usual, insensitive for the Akufo-Addo government and many of them, because omo ba se aban won change movement sikadie basa no eno ne yeka aban we die wo munim eye sikadie basa na Ghana for die twam no money say na wo mo dada Ghana for say private jet, presidential jet no problem wo ho Ghana for eye ntro according to ASEPA presidential jet. Now, on my Ghana was a president be too fine. President Akufo-Addo the money near my friend Bonti. President Akufo-Addo the money near my friend Bonti. And Bonti and then all use presidential jet for his private use. And President Akufo-Addo at every Ghana for 28 billion on Ghana cities. And they rent a private jet and they call Europe tour. Family and friends siphoning and putting pressure on the public purse. President Akufo-Addo we want no the taxes about the good ordinary Ghanaians who say young Kiasaka. It is Akaya Omokoboye Europe insensitive government. Oba no Oba to taxes. And then the 4 bread. I think 4 bread. Doctors are bread. Nurses are bread. A school 4 bread. President and Guinea. Menu Kasaya. Lorry first and Yatumuno by 30% starting this Saturday. Yatum, the ordinary Ghanaian no have the cost of bread. My brain in Nano, President Akufo-Addo, and then the Bushia 4 and one more enjoy. Monsha private jet no, Monshamo. A home on its own, executive home on its own. Monsha private jet no, Monsha. The whole world, one of the most expensive. If you must say you never bought ding power back, and I you will Akufo-Addo, what they call Europe tour. The Nepa the Akufo-Addo come in, say, walk back, say, your mount, debt forgiveness, or rented this luxurious aircraft, so they can pay debt forgiveness. But the Akufo-Addo can't set this record. Therefore, a brass will say a kind of crash champion for. So no, I am my show. Nano crack and a Becca champion for. Who will say the truth? A young and a Becca. Until you are the first part, see her. Now, 1 minute. Now, I'm introducing my special guest. Now, you go into the second part. Tell me 1 minute, babe.
Victory is our land. our land. JJ is a winner.
Okay. I am a never.
Sorry, yanko.
Yeah.
Yanko. Okay.
Ya mama kwaba. Se mudaso show my show program no. Said ya meka no omo share ewo Germany feedback na fantastic. Omo share wo Italy feedback na fantastic. Omo share wo France feedback na fantastic. Norway for feedback na fantastic. Mo share wo YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, munyina feedback na fantastic. Said ya meka ya caught the second part of the show. Because and the show no fantastic special edition. Intino ubia eteku share the link. Na ubia onya emma platform subia. Omo use satellite TV ni there. Why the satellite TV Germany, Spain, Norway, Italy, France. Oh wonderful. Why the eti wa mo Facebook, Instagram, YouTube mo so mon share my. Now we go into the second aspect, as I said. So ahano yebesisa the language. So we are going to have a wonderful time with one of our indefatigable MPs. You know, he is one of the hard-working MPs in Volta region. And in fact, I went to his constituency last 2 weeks to do a little survey. And I realized that there are so many of these MPs who are doing a lot in their constituencies, but people don't know what they're doing. And today, we are fortunate to have on our show, my show, Honorable. So hold on. Most of you might have already heard of him and know what he has been doing, but you don't know him in person. But today on my show, he's live with us. So he's in the person of Honorable Gabby Hotoji, Central Tongu MP. That's Central Tongue MP. So Honorable Alexander Gabby Hotoji. Honorable, good evening and welcome to my show on Today Ghana News. I believe I actually tried my best to pronounce your name well.
Yes, you have done your best.
So for the benefit of our viewers, you can repeat the name well for me so that we can get the correct pronunciation of the name.
Thank you so much. My name is Honorable Alexander Gabby Utoja, the MP for Central Town Constituency of the region.
That's great. We are most grateful to have you this evening. So basically, Honorable, I know there are lots in your constituency that you would share with us this evening. But we would first of all like to go into some of the national issues that are on board. Then we will zoom into the monumental projects and then achievement in your constituency. I believe, and I know as a matter of fact that this is your second term, and then in your first term you did a lot for your constituency. So we believe that when the time is due for us to go into all that you've done in the constituency, you will let us know. But today we are looking at culture of silence. Culture of silence. People think that Mr. or Dr. Sam Jonah speech about the state of the country and talking about culture of silence as a system is not fair, or he's not being fair to the government of the day, because in the military regime where we had issue of culture of silence, you cannot compare that to what we have here. So to some people, and then to the president in a program held at University of Cape Coast, where he read a speech. According to him, there's no culture of silence. So I want to know from your side, that do you really believe that there's actually culture of silence, and what are some of the indicators of that? Or you side with the president that there's no culture of silence?
Thank you, my brother, and thank you, my viewers worldwide. I think you have hit the nail right on the head. When we talk about democracy, it's a system where each and every one is at liberty to speak without fear or favor. You are at liberty to point out the wrongs in society. You are at liberty to criticize people in authority. That is what we call democracy, and that is the beauty of it. But you and I know in Ghana today, it is not possible for anyone to just stand anywhere and speak or criticize anyway. Some of these issues are very known in this country. Looking at, let's narrow it down to the press. Democracy is anchored on free press. There should be freedom of the press, and that is one of the tenets of democracy. There should be free, fair, and transparent elections. But what did you see? Let me just take these two tenets of democracy in this country. What did you witness in the 2020 election? Even before the 2020 elections, where did common by-election in our also West Ogun land us? Where did it land us? People got their legs amputated in Ghana today as a result of common by-election. And there has never been a word of compensation for those people. Just because a political party, a particular political party, wants to win that particular seat, someone has to pay for it with his blood. When at a point in time, they decided to form a commission to delve into these issues, the commission did its work and they came out with their report. But government white paper rubbished all these reports.
That's serious.
People who were part of these atrocities were rather promoted. But God being so good, some few weeks ago or a few days ago, they were exposed somewhere again.
Yeah.
God is working in Ghana.
Sorry to comment. Are you referring to people like Azugu and the like?
Azugu and the likes. They were moved from the Ghana Police Service and given a place in the national security. They created SWAT in the national security, and they were hidden there. But they shall be known by their acts. Few days ago, what happened? The press have been having their share.
Yeah.
What happened to Caleb? If Caleb were to identify himself with the Avis, he would have been killed. He even said it himself. Why should he be in a country where
that is an angle,
yes,
that is an angle that I don't know how the citizenry has taken that issue, where Caleb has to deny his tribe,
his Avis citizenship in order to be saved.
That's dangerous.
In order to be saved. And we say we are practicing democracy, my brother. And we say there is a congenial atmosphere for the press to thrive. What happened to Ames Wale? Nothing has been done.
Yeah.
A lot of beatings of journalists the moment they want to speak against this government. The military regime was even better. So, said Sam Jonah hit the nail right on the head. Sam Jonah, as you know, is not identified with any political party. He spoke as an independent-minded person. So there should not be any qualms about his statement. He saw it from independent perspective, not in the line of any political party or not in the lens of any political party. And this must be taken seriously. The international community must know exactly what is happening in Ghana from an independent mind, like say Jonah. You see, there are a lot of things going on. Look at the 2020 elections.
Okay.
It was more or less a tug of war. When the political parties saw that they were losing parliamentary seats, they adopted Buga Buga tactics, which cost the lives of citizens of this country. And the president could not extend condolences to the bereaved families. This is a president who organized a vigil. George Floyd, when he was murdered in the US.
Serious.
Does it mean we are lower citizens here? What are we in Ghana? 8 solid people lost their life in an election. And they were referred to as gangsters. What did they do? The 14-year-old girl who was murdered in cold blood in Odododo, what did she do? Did she go there to tamper with election results? She only went there as an onlooker. Yet she was killed by a stray bullet. And that girl could be referred to as a partyful soldier. We are not being fair in this country, my brother.
Honorable. So if I get you right, I don't know what you make of this. Some people claim that when you talk about culture of silence, it's the days of military attacks and brutality on the media. We are in a democratic regime, and therefore, if the worst statement that someone can make is political intolerance in the system, but to use the word or the phrase culture of silence is too harsh. Do you agree with them?
I don't agree. I don't agree with them.
Okay.
If you live in a situation where you cannot speak freely, if you live in a situation where you see your life on the line, anytime at all you challenge the activities of a person who is responsible to you as an electorate, there is culture of silence.
That's great.
There is culture of silence.
That's great.
And democracy is not supposed to suffer culture of silence, because democracy by itself is defined as an era where everybody can speak his mind freely.
Wow.
So if someone is trying to maybe for the sake of manipulation of words, water down what is happening in Ghana as political intolerance, is a mistake. It's pure culture of silence.
Yes. So honorable, you see, I don't know whether you would agree with me on this. That is it that we have not actually tried to explain what or put in proper context what culture of silence actually means. We limiting culture of silence to only brutality and attacks, but whereby situations whereby people are not allowed to objectively express themselves. People are being curtailed to be assertive in the system. A typical example has to do with Captain Smart. His situation whereby he was suspended because of a show that he runs that he puts government into strict check and what have you. So is it that they are trying to limit culture of silence to just direct attack and brutality on media personnel only?
I indicated here that one of the tenets of democracy is free press.
Okay.
Freedom of the press is one of the key tenets of democracy. So if the press cannot express itself freely, then there is culture of silence. Then democracy is not being practiced. Then there is something wrong with that democracy. Are you getting the point?
That's right. That's right.
Captain Smart was removed from that newsroom simply because he made a statement that was not too good for government. It means he has been gagged. He could not talk again. So that alone means that he's been made to be silent. Captain Smart can speak. Captain Smart is not sick, yet he's been made to keep quiet. That is culture of silence. So freedom of the press is in jeopardy.
Wow.
So democracy is not at its best.
Honorable, you seem to be so passionate about this topic. And I want to refer you to a statement by the president trying to say that the media personnel or journalists should also try and avail themselves for objective criticism and what have you. So just opposing that to what led to the suspension of Captain Smart, would you say the sort of double standardness here? Because the president on one breath trying to urge journalists to accept objective criticism, but here is the case that a journalist was trying to hold the same government or president into strict check, and at the end of the day he has been suspended. So if the same president goes on a tangent of media personnel should accept objective criticism, you see a kind of double standard here.
Yes, this is clear double standard on the part of the president. So does it mean that with opposition eyes, positive criticism is to praise government? Because we were all in this country when John Mahama became a punching bag to some of these media personnel, including Captain Smart, and they were hailing him. It's the very Captain Smart who has turned the gun towards them. And they are saying what? That his criticism is not objective, that it's not positive one. We live to see. Ghanaians are watching, my brother.
Oh no, I will be zooming into your constituency very soon. But the president made one important statement that I don't know how you are going to take it. That he is the most vilified president ever in the Fourth Republic. I don't know how you agree with him, because we were in this country whereby President Mahama government was actually chastised. We have media personnel going to the street. We had actors and actresses hitting the street. We had journalists composing songs against Doomsor and what have you. But today, President Akufo, and all those times, we didn't get a situation whereby a journalist was suspended or sacked from his or position or dismissed. But today there are several examples. But president comes up and say that he is the most vilified president ever. Do you agree with him on that?
My brother, President Akufo-Addo cannot give definition of himself to Ghanaians as we speak. Ghanaians, at least those who have been in this country for some time now, those who are outside and have kept in touch with goings in this country can agree with me that we knew who President Akufo-Addo is in the past. All those things that he said in the past, he is seriously reneging upon a lot of them. We were in this country when President Mahama became nobody. They succeeded in inciting different kinds of groups against President Mahama. But this man was very tolerant. President Mahama was extremely tolerant. Today, you, who was a number one critic of that past government, you don't want to be criticized. You are doing worse things today, and you don't want people to talk about it. President Mahama was non-nepotic. How many Mahamas did you find in President Mahama's government? How many nephews, nieces? What have you? Did you find in President Mahama's government? Was President Mahama's government elephantic? Was it not only 84 ministers? And this man was making the most noise. He was at the rooftop shouting. Today, how many ministers did he have in his first government? He is trying to streamline it, yet he's still elephantic. Are you getting the point?
I get it, man.
You criticize all these things in the past. You hid behind pressmen. You hid behind actresses, actors, and so on and so forth to criticize the past government. Today, the very people you use have turned the gun on you because you are doing worse, and they are being fair, and you don't want them to be fair. Why?
And according to him, now he is the most vilified president ever. I don't know
how is he vilified.
That is what we are yet to confirm.
All you know, let me say maybe he's choosing the wrong word. Yeah.
For lack of better words.
Yes.
Okay, so honorable, last but one, then we go to your constituency. We move straight to your constituency. Please, we believe that every president need to, first of all, manage or mobilize our resources, manage them for the public good. And therefore, when there is election campaign, most presidential candidates talk about protecting the public purse. In overview, just in brief comment, do you see President Akufo-Addo government actually protecting our public purse, or the other way around?
Maybe protecting the public purse for themselves, not for Ghanaians.
Interesting.
Maybe protecting the public purse. If someone is making a statement, you must look at the context within which he is making the statement. I think his own understanding of the statement of protecting the public purse is that he is protecting the public purse for himself, not for the good of Ghana. What have you seen? Today, at 122 billion, they were saying that we borrowed too much.
Yeah.
And what President Mahama added was 54 billion.
Yes, exactly.
And it is this 54 billion that made President Mahama the infrastructural hero of Ghana.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about hospitals.
Yes.
Talking about roads.
Yes.
Talking about interchanges. Talking about nursing schools.
Yeah.
Talking about community secondary schools. And a whole lot of infrastructure.
Yeah.
From 54 billion. Today, as we speak, the NPP government has borrowed over 200 billion Ghana cedis. What can they show for it?
Wow.
What can they show for it? We are here. Since last year, we've not received even common fund.
Interesting.
200 billion. We are here. Our roads are bad. We are here. People are struggling. with animals over water. We are here. People are still being given drip, seated in chairs. We are here. People are still delivering on bare floors in our hospitals. Are you getting the point?
Yeah, but
the march talked about one district, one factory is non-existent. The youth are beginning to be frustrated, or they are even frustrated.
yeah,
Those in the university cannot see light at the end of the tunnel because they are not sure of getting a job when they finish school. We are here. Students went to school after official reopening of school, only to be turned away after reporting to go back for 1 month. And within a matter of under 1 month, some of them are coming back for holidays. We are here. The free HSS, in which they sank a lot of our monies, is in Jambo. Just are silent. The culture of silence permeates to even our educational sector. Headmasters cannot say it. Teachers cannot talk. They are compelled to say that all is well. We are aware of that. When you go to them, they put in your ears that, we cannot talk. Things are not going on well, but we cannot talk. That is culture of silence. A situation where you cannot just open your mouth to point at the rot that is going on is culture of silence. And that is what our democracy, for which Rollins suffered for which Kufo suffered for which Atamu suffered for which Bahama suffered for. That is where they have taken it to.
So Honorable, our producer would just play a short video for you to watch, and then linking it to the culture of silence, and then protecting the public purse. A video from the Asante whereby you see a stand of government interference, even in the speech of Asante. I don't know how you take this, whether you link it to a culture of silence or you link it to any other thing. Then I'll come back to the issues you raised, then we'll go to the concern. So two main issues. So producer will just show a bit of the video of Asante, and then you watch. And
as I'm making time, before I read my speech, I can't say baby no be here. And regional minister ne meba Jina Pomba and almost say na na pachoya can't the work ratano so me say my prince mekana. And this I know him say bia meka some fufuro bia e den kakra. As I said, no crane me catch almost say Galamse ya can you know them have me chimu ye chimu se me a year you are nature me and son a mobile 30% ni moma ye Galamse nina. Ya near to them hey. See a G and watching ya chimu mobile.
So Honorable, I don't know. So the government can go the extent of detecting for Asante what to say and not what to say. I don't know how you take this.
It's trying to gag. That is gagging. That is gagging. So that is culture of silence. I said it.
That's it.
That is it. Don't point out the rot if you are not one of us. That is what is happening in Ghana. Where the need be, people are paid. Where the need be, people are warned. People are threatened. And they keep quiet. Would you cherish your life? Or you say it and die? That is
Honorable,
democracy.
I think this topic is getting interesting. But last question, then we go to your constituency. You were trying to point out some of the loopholes, and then you said our roads are bad. But recently, our road minister Amakwata came out to say that, in fact, since 2017, they've been constructing roads with speed, and that if you say roads are bad, then you are really far behind. So I don't know how you take this, whether and indeed we went to his constituency, we went to his hometown, whereby honestly speaking, his roads are really asphalted, and therefore you can say that yes, roads are being constructed. So I don't know that of your constituency when you say that roads are bad. I believe all your roads have been fixed by this government. So why do you say our roads are bad?
The other time I heard my senior colleague, the road minister, telling Ghanaians that they were fixing roads at a speed.
Yeah.
I felt sick.
Mm.
But at the same time, I didn't want to challenge him in the sense that maybe the roads are being fixed in his own backyard to the neglect of other backyards. So to be fair to him,
Yeah.
I will not say in my place, no road has been fixed. In my
Well,
place,
that's interesting.
no road has been fixed. But you have just indicated that Kwaben and others have been, roads in Kwaben and others
Kwaben and Chibi
have been
specifically.
asphalted.
Yes,
But
Kwaben
the
and
fact
Chibi
is that
specifically.
he is not the road minister for Kwaben.
Mm.
He's the
That's
road
the point.
minister for Ghana. So fixing road in his own backyard doesn't make him a good road minister, or doesn't make him a performing road minister.
Wow. That's interesting. I believe this message will get to the road minister for him to know that when you go to Central Tongue, roads are really in bad state, and therefore when he says that roads have been constructed with speed and that we are far behind, actually
Maybe
we are far
in
behind
his
indeed, that
constituency.
our roads have not been fixed. So we go straight to your constituency, Central Tongue. Central Tongue. Honorable, your people are really watching this program, and I believe that you have a lot for them. So when we say Central Tongue, overview, what has been your experience so far for the first term and then moving into second term?
Yeah, Central Tongue is located in the mid-south of the Volta region. Central Tongue is located at the middle of Tongue. We share boundary with South Tongue, which is Sogakope.
Yeah.
And we also share boundary with North Tongue, which is Bato to Juapong. And these are all Tongue. This is Tongue Enclave. And Central Tongue is a relatively large constituency.
Okay.
It shares boundary with Akashi North, Akashi South.
Yeah.
It shares boundary with Adakulu.
Yeah.
It shares boundary with South Tongue. Shares boundary with North Tongue.
Okay.
And to a large extent, Central Tongue shares boundary with Ho West.
Okay.
And also Adan West.
Wow, interesting.
And Adan East. That is Central Tongue. And in this Fourth Republic, I am the third member of parliament.
That's great. That's great.
The first
That's great.
member in this Fourth Republic was Honorable Austin Gammon. The second MP, that was when it was North Tongue, both North and Central brought together.
Okay.
Then Honorable Jogi Disu emerged to preside over North Tongue then, after the Central Tongue North Tongue was carved out of Central Tongue, and he became a member of Parliament for Central Tongue for 12 years. He was the former road minister.
Okay.
And then I equally became, I've become the member of Parliament from 2017. And as a member of Parliament, before I became a member of Parliament, I was the branch secretary for maybe a branch in Mafikumasi for 7 years.
Okay.
I also moved from there to become the constituency secretary for North Tongue, that is both North and South and Central, for 6 years.
Wow.
And then when North Tongue was carved out of Central Tongue, I remained the constituency secretary in Central Tongue also for another 6 years, all 12 years.
That's interesting.
And I also happened to represent the good people of Mafikumasi, the second largest town in Central Tongue, as their assembly member for 8 years.
Wow.
And from there, I was an assembly member for 4 years. And in my second term, I went to the university. So I was an absentee assembly member operating for the University of Cape Coast.
Interesting one.
But people did not have any problem because I was always present in in my electoral area, working with them closely. After that, when I finished my first degree, I had an opportunity to travel to the Netherlands, where I stayed for 2 years to pursue my master's degree in development studies. And I came back into this country in December 2008 and got engaged in 2009 with the Ministry of Health headquarters, where I worked until 2016 when I became the candidate of the NDC and went ahead to win the general election and became a member of Parliament for NDC in the Central Tongue constituency from 2017. And this was renewed in the year 2020 by the mercy by the mercy of the Lord and the good people of Central Tongue. So I have since been the member of Parliament for Central Tongue.
That's great. That's good. Honorable, I believe the experience actually speaks for itself. So no wonder you, after your first term, your people have given you another term, and I think that's great. So I know, as a matter of fact, that when you go to the constituency and the district, we have MP and then we have DCE, but most time, because the MP is the elected person, a lot is always expected from the MP, which puts much burden on the MP to actually embark on projects and then so many activities in the constituency, because in the next election you'll be going to seek for the mandate of the people. So it puts a lot of burden on you. So far, this platform is really huge. People are watching from Germany, people are watching from Italy, people are watching from Spain, people are watching from France, Norway, and the likes. We have so many people from Central Tongue who might be in any of this country, and they mostly want to know some of the things that you've been doing. Sometimes you do a lot at the conference, but because you don't get time to propagate, to let people know this is what you've been doing, this is what you've done, what have you, they don't get to know. So this is one of the big platforms we've created for all the MPs, so at least your people out there will know exactly what you're doing. So for the first 4 years, that's the first term, what are some of the projects and the activities that you embarked on in the constituency which actually transformed the life of the people there?
Yeah, before I get to the little I've been able to do for my constituents, I would
Okay.
like them to appreciate the kind of funding that has been at my disposal, because people often think that the MP has a statutory source of development fund, which is not true.
Yeah.
You know, until recently, there was nothing like MP's fund.
Okay.
There was nothing like MP's common fund. When Ghana decided to come out with this concept of common fund, which is 5% of the revenue generated in the country,
ABFA, yeah.
shared to the various district assemblies to use in embarking upon development projects. The 100% of the fund was being lodged in the accounts of the district assemblies. But what transpired was that this was actually bringing some misunderstanding between the MPs and the district chief executives. You know, basically, the role of the MP is to make law.
Yeah.
And the MP usually leaves his place of residence or his main constituency to represent the people in Accra.
Yeah.
So when this money was coming, the money was at the disposal of the district chief executive, and they were using it to embark upon development projects in the districts. So district chief executives who had who had their eyes on parliamentary seats have been booting out members of parliament who were busy in Accra pursuing their statutory duties. This is the way it was being done. District chief executives will build classroom blocks, they will build toilets, they will do all kinds of things. And district chief executives that think of becoming members of parliament usually don't invite their MPs when it comes to commissioning some of these projects. So when they go to the communities, they position themselves as those who care for the people and those who have been concerned about their development. That is why they have come to build the structure. So that when it is time for election, any decision of chief executive who has the idea of contesting the election will go and tell the people that the MP, after you voted for him, had gone to stay in Accra. And I have been around catering for you, providing development projects. I have built your toilet. I have built classroom blocks for children here and there. So it will be better you send me to parliament so that I'll come and do more for you than I have done if I stay in Accra. So usually some of the constituents don't understand this thing very well. So they usually shift mandate from the city MP to the district chief executive. So this thing has been bringing some kind of row between the two of them. So Gabby, in his own wisdom, decided to further divide the district allocated to each district by 100. And 5% of that fund is lodged in the district assembly's accounts. It's ring-fenced for the MP. And that fund is just a small money that the MP should be using maybe when some community is having they are doing some funding towards a development project and they invite the MP will also go and contribute his widow's mite towards that development project. It is not money that could enable the MP to build classroom blocks from community to community. It is not money that could enable MP to build toilet from community to community. It's just money. That money goes in the account of the district assembly. So sometimes some MPs who are not lucky are frustrated by the district chief executive, even if the community members request for assistance from the MP. Some of the district chief executive, I happen to be very good with my district chief executive. We are okay. he doesn't trust my effort. I thank Honorable Mo Zunina for that. So some of the DCs, when the MP places the request from the communities on their table, they decide not to honor it.
So Honorable,
the money,
if I get you,
the money is not lodged in the MP account. The money is still lodged in the district chief executive account. And if the MP grants a request to a particular community, that request must be accepted by the district chief executive, who will cause a check to be written in the name of that community and signed by the district chief executive, the district coordinating director, and the district finance officer.
Wow. So Honorable.
Yes.
So if I get you clearly here, so one of the key challenges that most MPs are facing in their constituencies is that there's a deliberate attempt from the assembly
by the district
to delay your plan so that they would take advantage of that, especially when they have interest to contest for the position.
And this is wise when it is an opposition MP. It's wise for him. They make the opposition MP useless.
Wow.
They make the opposition MP look non-performing in the eyes of the constituent who makes this request. That is the problem. But as I have said, in my case, I am so lucky.
That's
my
great.
district chief executive is not like that.
That's
He has been so helpful. He has been so supportive. So I thank Honorable Thomas Mo Zunina, the outgoing district chief executive for Central Tongu. He understands development.
Okay.
He did not make himself part of my party, but he was concerned about the development of the district.
That's good.
And was performing his statutory duty as a DCE.
So these are some of the people in the system that we need to commend.
Yes.
When we are trying to criticize those who deliberately try to, hijack the funds for the MP so that they will look, well in the eye of the people, in the sight of the people, and then look down on the MPs in the various constituencies. So when we have a situation like your own, whereby the DCE is actually cooperating with you, and then development is being seen in the constituency, I believe such DC need to be commended.
Commended, yes. Now, you ask me for the little I have done.
Yes, Ali. That I believe your people really want to know, especially those in the diaspora, those in the capital city who mostly or hardly go back home and the like. So this is a great platform that I believe that when you share some of your things, and I believe most of the things are also in picture and video form, that they will get to know or see what you've been doing in the constituency.
Yeah. In the area of education, when I became a member of parliament, the first thing I identified was that I was brought up in a village. So I saw a situation where children were going to write their final exams and their parents didn't even have money to buy mathematical sets for them. And some of these children, on the exam day, who asked their mother, "Oh, Mama, I haven't gotten any money for the mathematical set. Oh, I also don't have money." The child clearly will fail in advance, because the child will feel that without mathematical set, they will never be able to do well in the examination. So it affects the psyche of the child from the house. So the child fails from the house before going to the exam center. So what I've done is that I have decided to be buying mathematical sets for all the final year students, both public and private schools.
Wow.
In every examination year in Central Tongu.
Okay.
And I've since been doing that.
Mm.
In addition to that, when the free SHS was first rolled out, I saw that a lot of our boys were sitting on benches.
Wow.
They were sitting on boards, wawa boards. They put blocks down. Secondary school, they put blocks down and they were sitting on wawa boards. I saw it and I was not happy about it. Fortunately, I have only 2 secondary schools in my area, Mafikmai Secondary School and Adidume Secondary School. So what I did was that I quickly produced table and chairs, 100 pieces each to the 2 secondary schools to boost the free HSC.
That's great. That's great.
In addition to that, a lot of our schools are dilapidated. Some I have supplied bags of cement to the communities to build.
Wow.
And I've also provided roofing sheets in large quantity to most of the communities.
So some of the things you have done is being shown on the screen for our viewers.
This one, then let's speak to the pictures.
Okay.
This one is in the area of health.
Okay.
This is a sheep compound.
Okay.
A small clinic.
Okay.
I have identified 6 of them.
Okay.
And that particular picture is from Mafi Seva. I bought delivery bed.
That's great.
For each of these clinics. I bought it for Seva Clinic, and that is the picture there with the midwife. I bought it for Poviaji Clinic. I bought it for Dove Clinic. I bought it for Mafi Avedo Clinic. I bought it for Bakpa Newtown Clinic, and I bought it for Adidoma Zongo Clinic.
That's great.
Each of them to ease delivery, so that our mothers will not go to deliver dead.
Wow.
They will not exchange their life for birth. So I want to speak to the pictures.
Okay. These are the
This is the mono desk.
Yes, that you
for Mafikmai Secondary School.
That's great.
that is the 100 pieces for Mafikmai Secondary School and 100 pieces for Adidoma. So this is the Mafikmai one being handed over to the headmaster then, Mr. Courage Meteku. He took delivery of the mono desk from me.
Okay. Okay. So we are showing the pictorial evidence of all that, Honorable.
Yes. That pickup you see there was a pickup I came and secured for the 2 secondary schools.
Wow.
That one is for Mafikmai. The other one is for Adidoma Secondary School.
That is great.
That was what I secured when I was even a candidate.
Wow.
Courtesy Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, the then Deputy Minister of Education. Yes.
That's great.
I secured the 2 pickers for the 2 secondary schools. And that is for Mafikmai School. And I was handing over the key to the headmaster. I saw that results were coming down. I was alarmed when BEC result for 2017 was in Central Tongu was 15%.
Wow.
I was alarmed. So what I did was I went to the Education Directorate. I met management of the Education Directorate, and they told me they conducted something we call SPAM, School Performance Appraisal, something.
Wow.
And they realized that school supervision was becoming a problem simply because circuit supervisors did not have a means of mobility to visit their circuits. So they were doing so at the time. At the time, I thought they have money or resources. At times, some of them ride bicycles. At times, some of them have to take taxis to their circuit, and they are not able to go around the entire circuit. So that was allowing some teachers, those ones who are not hardworking, to adopt lackadaisical attitude towards their work. So I felt that that is an area I could help. So I used part of my common fund to purchase 8 motorbikes for the 8 circuits, each to each circuit supervisor.
So honorable, how many, you said how many circuits?
8 circuits.
8 circuits. And then in every circuit, we have so different schools, right?
Every circuit has number of schools.
That's great.
So the person, the education officer there is the circuit supervisor who is in charge of that particular circuit. So all the schools in that circuit are under him. So it is incumbent upon him to be moving around all the schools on daily basis. But in the past, they did not have the means of mobility. So I stepped in, purchased brand new motorbike, 8 brand new motorbikes.
This is wonderful.
This
is wonderful. And this is wonderful.
This thing has shot up the resource from 15% to 46%.
That is great.
And the last one, I also heard that in order to encourage my JHS students to study and aim higher, I have decided to produce some exercise books.
That's good.
With my portrait to share to them, to prove to them that I also attended school in the village. And today, I happen to become a member of parliament.
Exactly.
So they should look at my picture on the exercise book and be encouraged to aspire higher. So I came out with 10,000 exercise books for distribution to all of them. And this one is a cement. The EP Church in Ajidoma, they are constructing. You know, they also pray for us to live. They are constructing a chapel. So they appealed to me, and I supported them with 50 bags of cement. That is what is being delivered to the pastor's wife.
Wow. Honorable, I believe this is really, really what the people are expecting to see from every MP.
I have told you that I have supplied a number of bags of cement to communities. Towards their toilet projects, towards
this is like
their school projects, towards their church projects.
That's great.
And any other thing, some for screening and others. And the number of cement that I've supplied within my 4 years was over 8,000 bags.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. In fact, I believe there's a lot to even show. There's a lot that Honorable has for us, but because of time, we'll try.
In the area of health. There was a sheep compound that was started by my predecessor.
That's great.
Government is continuing, and more so, we belong to the same party.
That's great.
He started, and he couldn't continue along the line because he had to go and continue others. He started 3, so he had to continue with others, and that one was left. So when I came, I didn't want to leave it to rot. So I went and continued. As we speak now, they are now doing wiring. We have finished it. They have plastered it. They have roofed it. They have plastered it. They have done screeding, and wiring is being done. And I'm very sure that this year, and this is a clinic which is more or less a health center, has an accommodation for the resident nurses and the medical and the physician assistant, and has it has a ward for both male and female and everything, and a very big hall where patients can have their peace as they access healthcare. In addition to that, there is a clinic that was started by the people of Dover, supported by the former MP, and the disassembly came to finish it.
Yes.
What happened was, when they finished, the people could not use their health insurance cards simply because the clinic did not have a laboratory. So I use my social intervention fund of 400 million, that is 1,000 Ghana cedis, to set up a state-of-the-art laboratory for my Dover clinic.
Wow. That's
the people
great.
are now yes, and the people are now assessing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because of our time, there's a question from Patience Dakon from Hamburg in Germany. So she says I should ask you, what have you done for persons with disability in your constituency?
Persons with disability, I have realized that a lot of my people, as a result of the Volta River, are suffering from blindness. Some are partially blind, some are blind, and majority of them are suffering from eye diseases.
Wow.
So I have made a contact with a United Nations NGO, Lifetime World Vision, and with an NGO from Tamale, Friends of the Eye Center, about a week ago. As many as 3,000 people were screened in my constituency. You can show the picture, is there. Were screened in my constituency, and some of them were given medications, the cost of which I subsidized. Some of them were given reading and sight glasses, which I subsidized, the cost of which I subsidized. And some of them were cataract surgery was performed on some of them.
Wow.
And if I speak, over 300 people regained their sights.
Wow.
Some even went to church to thank God and to thank me.
So over 300 people regained their sight.
Over 300 people regained their sight. And over 3,000 people, about 1,000 people were given various forms of glasses, and over 2,000 plus people were given medications.
That is awesome. That's wonderful. And I believe that in fact there are a lot.
And I've also been supporting some of the visually impaired people who are having their further studies. I support them with my common fund in the payment of their school fees. Some of them also come to me with a lot of requests, and I do honor them.
Exactly. That was my next question, but good, you have answered that. In fact, there are a lot of questions coming in, but I want, because of our time, I want us to go this last but important question. I believe there are a lot to be done in the constituency. You've been doing a lot already, but still more room for improvement. But what are some of the main challenges? Because we have people from Germany who are watching us right now, people who are from France, from Italy, Norway, Spain, and the likes. There are a lot of people from your constituency who are also watching. So there are a way they can extend a helping hand for you to do more in your constituency. So we want to know some of the challenges in the constituency that you think that people from across, but who are from the constituency, even those who are not from there, should help you to do more in your constituency with this that we've seen.
Yeah. One, one of the main challenges of the constituency is that my constituency is full of creeks and rivers.
Okay.
There are some places you have to cross 2 or 3 rivers before you get to the place.
Wow.
Children find it very difficult to go to school. Some of them have been constructing these boats for them, and some too, they need. I mean, they are still suffering. They need, like, if you look at Dover, Mafi Dover, to the other side of my constituency, which is Pogaji Aklawaya and Ziponu Kukudo and Aflokopa. Those areas, because of the Mlagwe River, pregnant women find it difficult to access healthcare.
Wow.
Teachers who are posted to those areas to go and teach, some of them got drowned. School children have been getting drowned.
Wow.
So I am appealing to those outside who are touched by this story of mine, come to our aid with Belly Bridge.
Wow.
From Malagwe. Malagwe has taken a lot of lives, and our people continue suffering. Old ladies have been falling into the river.
Wow.
So I am appealing to the generality of everybody. I'm appealing to NGOs worldwide. I'm appealing to other benevolent organizations to come to the aid of Central Tongu so that we can have a steel bridge over Malagwe.
Okay.
That is between Dover and Aflokopa.
Okay.
It's one of the key problems I have. But the main one other problem that is serious.
You summarize it for us.
Yes. The main problem confronting me is that most people don't know that the MP does not have any statutory development fund that could enable a member of parliament to embark upon massive infrastructure development.
That's key. That's key.
The irony is that the district chief executive, who is not elected by the generality of the people, is made to preside over the resources of
the
district.
The district, sure.
But the person who has been elected by the majority of the people is not giving these resources. And this is the person who is often accessible to people in terms of requests. So we are often overwhelmed with requests. If an MP loses his seat, it doesn't mean that the MP did not necessarily perform. It doesn't mean that the MP is being wicked to a particular community. But the true fact is that the MP with that inadequate fund has been able to provide the needs of some communities, but cannot provide the needs of all communities. So some of these communities have been misconstruing the inability of the MP to provide them their needs as the weakness or the neglect on the part of the MP. So I want this education to go down, that if it is about huge infrastructure, then they should be looking up to the district chief executive, but not the MP. Or government should be advised to reconsider positioning the MP, who is an elected representative of the people, as the person to preside over the resources of the district. So he will be able to do more as the people put in a lot of requests.
Well, honestly speaking, I can see how passionate you are about this particular issue, and I believe that it's a national issue that we need to critically look at it, and I believe all other MPs share in your position as well. But this last one, then you extend your last message to your constituent. Mostly we see that some of the MPs, when they come to power, they cut a relationship, or the relationship between them and their constituent. They hardly go back to the constituency and then keep in touch with the people. So your relationship with your constituency, how is it so far?
My relationship with my constituency is extremely cordial.
Okay.
My constituency is not far away from Accra. So at times we close from Parliament and I drive home and I come back the following day. Virtually every week. It's difficult staying among your people.
Wow.
Simply because of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But that does not scare me. I've always been with my people. The last holidays, I spent all day.
Yeah.
I spent virtually all the days with them, carrying out different programs. I went on a thank you tour program and later embarked upon that eye screening and then cataract surgery program. So I have just returned to Accra. So when you talk about MPs that visit their constituencies often, I am one of the MPs who often go to my constituency.
Honorable, in fact, today we are most grateful for this insightful moment with you. We hope to have an extension of this wonderful program with you sometime to come. And I believe your people, those who are from Central Tongue who watch this program, they will attest to the fact that in fact there are a lot that you are doing in the constituency. Those who are outside, who are not privy to so many things you are doing today, they've got to know. And then the most important thing is that those who are outside, those who are in Germany, those who are in Italy, especially Spain, Norway, this critical challenge that Honorable just put out today, I believe you'll be charged to reach out to Honorable Alexander Gabby Hoteji to assist him in his project and activities that he's doing for the constituency. This is what my show stands for. So, Honorable, we are most grateful for your time.
Yeah.
And next,
I have to extend best wishes to my constituents.
Exactly, we'll be visiting, and I want to come and see that river that need a bridge. I really want to see that, and I'll come and take video of that. I'll come and take video of that and then show it to our viewers so that people will come to your community. I promise to do that. Yeah,
that community is suffering a lot. Perennial flooding is hitting them. Is hitting Mafi Alloy.
Exactly.
They are always suffering. So I want to appeal to the whole world, those who are touched by our plight, to come to our aid. And I want to use this opportunity to thank my people for listening to me. I am open to criticism. Criticism puts you in shape. I know for sure that being an offspring of Jesus Christ, even if I should bring America to the constituency, there will still be people
who will be issues.
Satisfied with you. They will still criticize you. They will still talk about you. I want to assure all those people that we remain friends. I will never ever hate any of them for criticizing me. They are rather putting me in shape, and I welcome their criticism. Except that I want to appeal to my constituents that being the MP, being the MP doesn't make one a repository of knowledge.
Exactly.
I am appealing to all my constituents that those of them who have information about any opportunity elsewhere, they should let me know. I'll pursue that. I am currently their member of parliament, and I'm ever ready to work any distance to bring development to my constituency. So any of them who has information about any opportunity, any development elsewhere, the youth, our youth are suffering.
I believe your message
for our youth.
Your message is really touchy this evening, and then your people have heard you. Thank you so much for giving us the time, and we hope to have you once more in the days ahead. Okay, so viewers, thank you so much for being with us. As I told you, we're going to have two versions for today's shows, and then we really appreciate your time. Yeah, the more call GBC 2 and I 1. Yes, I have back. And my show, you may dinner damase, Mamma share with YouTube, Mamma share Facebook, mo share on Instagram, mo share on Anchor FM, mo share satellite TV so Germany, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, Norway, any they can no. Yet I must say next week, yet another special package of my show program. Edebeba Muwe. Nina say a your mind ye and some no editor, find a beca, a ya and ye beca. Who go see the truth? Na me and you. Shalom. Thank you.
Suzuza. Arise for Ghana, oppression of the land, for weather and seek your future. Development our God, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead. Democrat, Ghana, our strength.